morning, everybody. Stephanie Grant here, and it is July 18th, 2022. And so we are just going to do a quick recap. Um, Last week on this YouTube channel, I shared how I got started in sewing and then went through some of the different businesses that I've had and still do to this day. And then we talked about um, and this is not in any particular order or anything like that. How you can get started. We talked about some of the legal considerations and to seek your own legal team and tax team because I can just share what I've done in my business, but I really can't tell you how to do that in your own business. So we talked a little bit about your website and having your own dedicated space online, and why you can't just rely on a social media account in place of your website. Remember, your website is something that you own, and social media is something that you basically rent, kind of like a house, right? You can either own a house or rent a house. If you own the house, you can do what you want to it. If you rent the house, you have to follow certain rules. And it's the same thing with owning your website versus relying on free websites like Wix, um, or social media like Facebook, Instagram, things like that. So those are all basically some of the things that we talked about over the last couple of days. Today we're going to talk about finding customers, and this might not be difficult for some individuals in this type of business, but a lot of individuals are struggling to find customers. And I don't know, unless I work with you one on one, I can't really be too specific on why that might be. So if you're struggling with customer base and growing your business, you might want to look over a couple things. One, are you clear on who you are looking for to, looking to work with? Do you know exactly who your customer is? Um, Remember, not everybody is going to be the customer for you. Um, are you pricing competitively or for your customers? I always share this example in my classes. There is a memory bear maker, and her bears are well over $200 a piece. And it's not that her bears are any better than my bears, it's just that she services a different customer base. And so, could I make the bears she does? Yes, I could. Could I start charging $200? If I wanted the customers that she has, then yes, I could. But that is not how I want to run my company. So be very careful, especially even though I tell you to look at your competitors and get ideas and see how you can stand out. I don't mean follow them to copy them. I mean, learn how to be a better you in your business. So make sure that you don't try to copy them, anybody. You want to stand out because of your abilities and what you have to offer. So, finding customers, it may come down to one, are you pricing correctly for your customers? Two, does your customer know that you exist? Three would be, can they reach you? I had an old business phone number on one of my websites, and I happened just to go in and listen to his voicemails. I had 7 voicemails from somebody wanting to order memory bears. So definitely make sure that you stay um, current with emails or phone numbers, whatever you're putting out there for people to order. Make sure you follow, just check in every day. Just make it a really good habit. Um, do you do you lack the maybe the time or the skills to really share about your company? Right now, I do a lot of YouTube videos, and if I did not do YouTube videos, I would not have reached some of the customers that I have reached. So think again, go back to that customer persona. I have a very in-depth um, YouTube video on customer persona, and it's not the voice of authority by any means, but at least for your sewing business, it gives you an idea of who or how to create that perfect customer in your mind. And it will also help you realize that you may have a potential customer that's not going to be a good fit for you and your services. So definitely take some time to get clear on your customers. Um, One thing that you don't want to do is rush yourself. I know if you've got bills to pay and things to do, it can be easy to rush through all of this information. But if you do that, you're really going to end up being a business owner that's frustrated or just not connecting with the right customers. And trust me, you don't want to do that. I've been there, done that, and years ago, and you don't want to do that again. All right. Another thing to consider with your customers would be your online marketing. And I talk about a marketing circle quite a bit. I've done that when I was a BA years ago, and now as an instructor here. I'm talking about the business side of sewing. And really, marketing, if you think of marketing in a circle, circles don't ever end, right? There's not a real beginning or an end to a circle, but you have to have certain points of connection for it to keep going. And one thing to think about is this: get out. I always encourage my students to get out a piece of paper with this an outline, just draw a circle on it, and write down in the middle. It would be the website. That is your hub. If you have your website, you need to, well, first of all, you need to have a website. And I understand that you might be working on very limited funds right now. And so having a free website temporarily is a good idea. Is that how you should stay? No, I don't think that's a good idea because you don't own that website, right? We just talked about that. But if you have to start with a free website, by all means, start with a free website because at least you're showing your customers that you are a real business. And I'm going to see if I can write with one hand and talk at the same time. Again, I usually do live videos, which means I rarely ever edit. And it's just because I honestly just don't have the time to do a lot of editing. Um, I could outsource it, but I'd rather just use my money for other things in my company at this point. Maybe when I reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'll start outsourcing it. We'll see. I'll have to wait and see for that one. Okay, so I'm going to draw a circle. Give me one second. I'll show you this lovely drawing. So this is what I call the marketing circle, right? Draw a circle, put your website in it. You can actually put your domain name on it to make it more like visual. So I'm going to put my sewpreneur.com in it in this circle here. All right. So go ahead and you can do that. And then I'm going to I'm going to say that that's the starting point when it comes to reaching your potential customers for your sewing business. Again, if you're using social media, whatever works for you, I'm just telling you this is how I do things in my company. And my website needs to have a couple things. Before I even don't, even before I begin marketing, right? I need to have a couple things in place. And so for this video, this purpose today, we're just going to talk about the very basics of your online marketing. Okay, and I'm gonna even label that right now. I think that if you take time to write this stuff down in your own business finder, and I can show you that again if you'd like to see it, let me know in the comments below. And then I can even go into depth in my business finder. If I see enough people are interested by leaving a comment underneath this video, then I will take you on a tour through my business plan. But for the very basic, I'm actually going to call this the basic online marketing circle right here. And so um, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video because, oh, and ring the bell for notifications because when I go live, you'll at least be notified. So in the circle, you're going to put your website. This website I have on here right now today that we're focusing on is sopreneur.com. I do own different businesses and websites under the same LLC. But today we're going to talk about sopreneur.com. So put your domain name there. Once you have that done, you're going to think, okay, so how is this going to help with customers? There's a few things you want to do with that. And let me see in 1 second here. Let's see if I can focus. Okay, so here's your marketing circle. And you're going to go ahead and put your website. I put mine here. And then we're going to focus on the website, which would be your hub. So always think of the starting place, okay? Starting place to connect with students. Whoops, that's my note. Connect with customers. All right, so you're going to have to think about what it is you want your customer to do. So your customer will need to know about you. Just tell them a little bit about yourself. Show some of your personality. If you go to soapreneur.com, you might have seen some of what I've done to my website. You want to talk about your, share some facts, your policies, and you want a portfolio. Those are your pictures, proof that you are able to perform the services that they're asking. So if they want some pillowcases made, be sure to show that on your website. And then this is extremely important. If this is the first thing you do today, get that newsletter started. Because what happens is the customer, once they hit your website, you're not going to know that they're there unless you offer something. So this is how you're going to know who stopped with your website. And not everybody's going to fill it out, but at least with a newsletter, you can offer a discount, offer a coupon just to get them to sign up. Because here's the thing: whenever you go to a website, that owner doesn't know that you are there unless you sign up for their newsletter, right? And as the website owner, you're the business owner. You would probably like to know who was on your website and what they were looking for. So consider getting the newsletter out. I use MailChimp.com and I use the freebie right now because I don't have that many. I have like 200 newsletter subscribers. I think that's pretty good for me, but it's still free. It's still free from them. There's some limitations to it, but for the most part, it does its job. So I like to use MailChimp.com. And I used to send out a newsletter every week, and I really don't do that much anymore. Um, but, as a business owner, you want to stay in communication with your customers. So get the newsletter set up. Now, if you're using a free website like Wix, I don't know if you can do that or not. I don't know if you can add a newsletter. So make sure you look into that. Um, But if you want to, you can just buy your domain name. Like I said, I go through namesheet.com and my hosting is through MomWebs. And if you go to momwebs.com, let Scott and Kelly know that Stephanie Graham sent you. The affiliate link is underneath this video. Like with any affiliate, if you use my link, I get paid a little bit for advertising, no charge. And let's see here. The last but not least on your website would be your contact page. So I'm going to turn the camera around one more time and show you this list, and hopefully you're able to take a couple notes for yourself. Keep this in your business finder. That way you can recall later some information you may want to add later or change. So give me 1 second. I will change the camera again. All right, I'll focus here. All right, so this was the basic online marketing circle. And remember, each of these can go in more depth later. But to really get your business off the ground, your sewing business, have this type of information on your website. Make it easy for people to read. Make sure you have, and we'll go into the depth later, but if you're getting this set up, you want your font to be easy to read. And it's suggested you stay away from script. What I mean by script is cursive writing, because not everybody can read script, but most people can read print. All right. So even though some script is really pretty and it looks classy, really this is what most people prefer: bold and print. So definitely keep that in mind of your font choices. All right, guys. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you were able to get some good information so far with these free classes. As always, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe, like, share, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a great day.